What's going on? We're back. Hey, I know. None of that major hangover bullshit that some people do, okay? I got straight kicked in the dick on the last couple of holes yesterday. Probably as hard as anybody you know. And I still can't wait to get back at it this week for the Charles Schwab. Yeah, and I got to go to a stupid wedding across the country. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to go balls hard because I love this shit. And every week is another chance to have sweats, enjoy the process, and hang out with the homies. So, I mean, I got to tell you, there's worse things in the world. So, no, I need to take a week off after the major. Yeah, shut your mouth. We have a historical course, a great field, and really good contest, actually. So get your shit together. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a PGA DFS content creator who has been doing this for a very long time at a relatively successful level, and I'm here to help you get a little bit better by teaching you how to not step on your dick. If you like the cut of my jib, come check out the schedule. You're watching the preview show right now, which I do every Monday. Of course, the live stream, which is just blown the fuck up this year, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Be there. Do lots of drawings, go over everything you need to do before you make your lineups. And, of course, the flagship of my station, the Showdown Hoedown, every Friday and Saturday night. And this will be the first Friday and Saturday night I've never not done it. I'm going to probably direct you guys to some people that do some other Showdown content that are friends of mine. But I'm going to be in Portland. I just want to enjoy the wedding and not be running off to make the Showdown Hoedown. So you've been warned. If you're over on the website, don't worry. There'll still be the Rosetta Stone because, you know, it's the best tool in the in the industry. Okay. First of all, the big guy has a contest, and last week it was already filled by Monday afternoon. So I asked him to bump it up. We're doing 1,000 entries this week, so make sure to hop in this for me, okay? Not only does it have a great balanced payout structure, but it also, the top 5 people, I'll give a free month on my website if you finish top 5 in it, and I'll shout you out on the stream Wednesday night. So get in there. It's a $5 3 max. I appreciate it. It's just fun, building a community. We'll just see how big we can get this thing. If we keep filling it, maybe we can get it up to, I don't know, however many by the U.S. Open, because the U.S. Open, give me more carnage. Okay. If you don't know, this is the week of the Charles Schwab, okay, a.k.a. Colonial. Okay, they are down in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, this is one of your historically old courses. Matter of fact, you know, just watching the flyovers last night, I don't know. It's not real fancy like a lot of these other courses we see, right? It's like built right in the middle of Fort Worth. It's only like 10 minutes from my buddy's house. I'd probably go if I didn't have to go to a wedding. All right, some things you want to know. This is an old historical course, right? It's one of the few old historical courses that actually still holds up to today's PGA, right? With the advancements and the balls in advancements and clubs and just players getting stronger and more athletic. A lot of these older courses have kind of got phased out, but this one has managed to hold on. It's a relatively short par 70 coming in at just about 7,200 yards, but it is a firm, fast little course that is tree-lined and has a lot of dog legs, right? Just know every hole is a dog leg, right? A course that tends to favor guys who are accurate off the tee. You really want to be in the fairway off the tee, but if you can bomb it out there and be in the middle, if you can hit it long and straight, that's a huge weapon because you can cut a lot. You can cut a lot of corners, especially a right-hander that hits a draw. You can turn it around a lot of these corners, and I'm talking you're going to have little wedges in all day long. Okay, if Rory is hitting his little perfect butter draw, I mean he's gonna probably have 600 or 700-yard second shots, right? The other big thing this course has to protect it is firm, fast greens. Those greens are pretty small, which is pretty traditional of older courses. And they tend to be firm and fast because if you don't know, Fort Worth be getting a little bit toasty this time of year, and they don't get a ton of rain down there, okay? However, I'll talk about the weather in just a little bit. It does seem as though there might be some real big showers rolling in on Wednesday. And if that's the case, I think that really affects how you should play this course and the guys you should play on this course, right? I think that if we're going to get a big old dump of rain on Wednesday, it is going to soften up these greens quite a bit. And it's not going to be the tight strategic course that we've always seen it. And I think it will be a course that can be bombed and gouged, right? Because so often if you're in the rough off of the fairways and you're trying to hack it out of the rough. They have thick rough on the fairways, and if you're trying to hack it out and land it on the green, you can't get any spin on it, so it hits, it rolls off, right? However, if it's going to have soft greens, you will be able to get it to land a lot softer on those greens and probably be able to hold on to it. And you might see the old Bryson at Winged Foot just bomb and gouge the shit out of this place. Honestly, Sam Burns basically did that last year when he won this tournament, right? The greens are bent grass, so of course we'll be looking at good bent grass putters. The winning score typically falls in the 9 to 14 range, so a medium to difficult course, right? Not like we saw last week at Oak Hill, but it sure as shit ain't going to be easy, right? The greens tend to be short, tend to be small, and run very quick, about 12 on the stimp meter. And the biggest defense this course has is dry conditions and wind. So watching that, if we get wetter conditions and we don't get a ton of wind, I think you could see this place get torn the fuck up. I mean, like -20 winning score, right? So that's something you're really, really going to want to be paying attention to. From there, we only have 2 par 5s on the course. The first one is pretty easy. As you can see, it has a birdie rate of 44%. The other par 5, however, only has a birdie rate of 28%, which isn't very high. At 635 yards, I think it's going to be a lot like those par 5s we saw at Oak Hill this past week, in that it's almost going to be a 3-shotter, right? You can get it up there, you can bomb it up there, but you're never going to see guys with eagle putts, right? So because of that, par 5 scoring is way, way, way down on my priority list this week, right? Much like Oak Hill, the par 3s are a big defense of this course. As you can see, one comes in at 247 yards, 199, 190, and 192. So none of these par 3s are quote-unquote easy, right? They're all kind of, you survive them. So where do you score on this course? Well, the answer is this. There's a bunch of medium par 4s in that 400 to 450 range, and then there's 2 shorter ones under 400 yards, right? So from 350 to 450, 9 par 4s rest in that area, and that is where the scoring gets done. If you can get a guy who can bomb it out there and just has he could have 100 yards in all the time or less with these wedges. So if you can get a guy who can hit these fairways, cut these dog legs, hit a beautiful draw, and is finding fairways, I'm telling you, somebody can boat race this course. People that instantly come to mind are anybody that hits it long and straight and hits a draw, right? Like a guy like Colin Morikawa hits that cut. I don't think that's a great fit for him. Oh, and there's that one thing. What is it? Oh, Colin Morikawa fucking sucks. There's that too. From there, you can see the shot distribution here. The most common, it's going to be a short and medium iron weak. As you can see, tons. Actually, for these guys, I guess 125 to 150 is probably a fucking pitching wedge. And then 150 to 175. You're going to see tons of pitching wedge, 8 iron, 9 iron shots. If you're cutting the dog legs, I think you're going to see this number that's 100 to 125. I think you're going to see that get up over 20%, right? So with those shots in mind, you know, like last week, it seemed like every shot, if you were watching Shot Tracker on that piece of shit PGA Championship app, how many times did you see your guy with like a 212 yards in for a second, right? It was just all the time. You're not going to see a ton of that this week. Almost all the shots that are over 200 yards are either on the par 3s or on the 2 par 5s. You're not going to hardly have any on the par 4s. And so if I'm really putting emphasis on I want scoring on the par 4s, I'm really going to be looking at these shorter distances, because I think that these guys can bomb it over these corners and stick it on these greens, especially if we see what I'm seeing right now in the weather forecast. I know it's early in the week to be looking, but I am using the best projections for 24 to 48 hours, because if you don't know, I'm rich as fuck. Actually, I'm not. I'm just not a fucking poor, and I can pay the $18 a year to be on windy.com. And the best projections right now show a big old dump of rain Wednesday morning. I mean, we're talking a full inch within a couple hours, right? And if you don't know, Wednesday's the day before Thursday. Furthermore, if you don't know, Thursday's when the tournament starts. So if they get a big old dump of rain Wednesday morning, undeniably, I'm not saying the course is going to be super soft, but it is going to be way softer than we normally see it, right? An inch of rain. And this course, this is an old course. They're not going to have all the fancy shit that you see at modern courses where they can make the conditions whatever they want, right? So I'm going to definitely be monitoring this rain. If we get that big dump of rain Wednesday, that is definitely going to impact the kind of guys that I'm targeting. I'm going to value driving distance a lot more than I would, right? Because everybody's going to tell you this week, you want short technical players that are good, a lot like a Pete Dye course. Okay, well, I mean, that is a way to play it, and I do think those guys are in play this week. But I think that the better play is I'll just take the guys that can fucking bomb it over corners, right? Scotty Scheffler could. I'm telling you, Scotty Scheffler, if he's playing this week and he putts like he did on that back 9 at Oak Hill, I truly think he'll win this at like -22. I think that is what he can do to this course. Because Scotty Scheffler, he may have shitty feet when he drives, but man, that guy, he can hit it long and straight. And as I said, Rory can definitely hit it long and straight. The key is just going to be, you know, are they feeling aggressive? And if that's how they want to play it. The thing that gives me hope that they'll play it that way is that we saw Sam Burns do it that way last year, and it led to a victory for him, right? From there, it does look as though Thursday and Friday we're going to see some moderate winds. I actually just looking right now because this is how my brain works. I'm already seeing, give me all that morning show, give me that showdown, and give me those AM guys, right? But it looks like the winds aren't going to be out of control. So once again, the winds aren't out of control, and we get a big dump of rain Wednesday. I think this course is going to play noticeably easier than it typically does, because this course is usually in the top third on the PGA Tour in difficulty, right? And I don't think that's going to be the case this year if A, that rain does come Wednesday, and B, these wind projections projections do pan out, right? I think they're going to get after this course like you normally don't see, and it's not going to be kind of the grinder fest that we've come accustomed to at Colonial over these past few years. But all of that is projecting up until Wednesday. That's why you need to watch the emergency stream, 7 p.m. Lord's time zone. That's Central, new guy. All right, let's get over to contest selection. Contest selection, pretty good contest this week. DraftKings loves to do this after a major. They leave up good a contest because they know a lot of people still got that funds in their account and they're looking to blow it. The big $20 this week, 25% up top, man. Me personally, I'm kind of done with the big lotteries. If you have more than like 10,000 people in a contest, I'm just out, right? You know what kind of lineups you make. But here's what I've learned. I've learned that I'm really good at making really good lineups, but never really good at making the nuts fucking lineups. And that's what you have to win that bad boy, right? So I'm looking at more sustainable contests. And I think the first thing we want to talk about this week is DraftKings is doing a cool little thing here, right? They're doing this 222 mega leaderboard. What the fuck is that? And they're also doing a $40 mega leaderboard and a $6 mega leaderboard. Basically, it's just 3 different contests at 3 different levels. So you can play kind of at a smaller level, a medium level, or a higher level, depending on what bankroll you're comfortable with. Or if you're like me, you're just playing all 3 of them. And it's just a normal tournament, right? Like, that's actually got a tremendous payout structure, right? This 222, 50,000 up top out of 300,000. That's only, 16.6%. And you can see 10th place is, 1/17 of first? You can't beat that. That's a great payout structure. But what's cool is they're going to run this for the next 3 weeks, this week and the 2 weeks following. And along with, where's the $40 one? Where are you at? Where's my old mega leaderboard? I'll find it on here somewhere. Oh, yeah, here's the $40 one. Another great payout structure, only 10% to first. And then they also have it for the $6. I mean, these are just great contests, but here's what makes it so cool is they take it, and if they take your finish, right, because it's a single entry, and how you finish, you'll go towards the leaderboard. And how you produce over these 3 weeks, you can get additional DK dollars, right? So say you have 3 really good showings in the $6, you'll get 500 DK dollars, right? You're like, well, that ain't that much. Well, first of all, $500 is a lot if you're playing in a $6 contest. And second of all, they didn't have to do this shit. They're just giving it to you, so enjoy it. It's just a fun little thing to do on the side. If you're playing the medium $40 one, look at that. Get first place, 1,000 DK dollars. Hell, even if you finish in the top 300, you get 30 DK bucks. I mean, shit, you were going to play in that contest anyways. Now you just get free 30 bucks. That's fun. That's cool. And the 222 leaderboard is really good, right? 3,000 DK dollars all the way down to 150 DK dollars. I know for a fact a couple of guys over on my website last time they did this, they got like 100 DK dollars back, right? And the good news is if you're getting those DK dollars, that probably means you placed well. So you've already won money in the contest. Now you get additional dollars just for playing in something that was fun you were going to play in anyways. So that's all the mega leaderboard is this week, right? It's a little bit different, but it's a little game within a game. It's pretty fun, right? For you higher level players, I've just fallen in love with this 254 max. It's just a tremendous contest, great structure, great amounts. I know that's out of the price range of a lot of you. But, this $3.20 max, it's a great payout structure. I love it. It's a great way to spend your $60. But at some point, you got to ask yourself, how often am I ever going to beat 24,000 people? This is what I'm talking about. Is like, start playing in more sustainable contests where you have real chances to win, right? Just every week when I go look, where were my real sweats? It's almost always in those medium to higher dollar buy-ins, right? Because you don't need the nuts lineups to win there. You really just need a good to really good lineup, and you can tear up those GPPs. Not to mention, when you fade that donkey chalk like I do, it gets there so much more often when you're fading, or when you fade donkeys like Ricky, right? Because there's so many of those guys in it play them that you get the benefits of that. Of course, the $200 single entry, $100 single entry, $12 single entry all look good. If you're playing on a budget, you can always do the 50 cent and the $1. But once again, look at that, 30,000 people and 60,000 people in it. Not easy to beat them, Bob. I'd really encourage you to go play in a $5 single entry, a $12 single entry instead of putting all your money in that. Hell, even a $33 single entry. Or, go check out your $3 18 max. Go check out, the $10 18 max, which is my baby, do they have it? Or is that calling it the resurgence this week? They just got rid of my shit. Okay, now I'm pissed. Now we're fighting DraftKings. Of course, go hop in my contest. Go play in Pat Mayo's contest. Go play in the Fantasy Golf Degenerates. Those little 3 maxes that have a sustained amount of people in them. Those are such better contests to make your money last, right? And it can be fun to play, and you're not busting the bank, and you actually will have a real chance at winning those, right? The chances of you ever winning this 50 cent, I'm sorry, bro, they're not great. They're not great. From there, Fantasy Golf World Championship tickets. It's a little salty for me. I'm not still ready to talk about them. 2 more second-place finishes for me. Literally, Corey Connors missing a 3-foot par putt on 18 cost me another one. What are you going to do? I'll be right back in there this week because the big guy wants the fucking tickets. All right, from there, let's talk about pricing thoughts. But before I do me a favor. Go check out my website, dgen75.com. I had over, I let 20 people come try it out for the 4 days of the PGA Championship. Over half of them have already signed up. People just don't realize what it is. It is so much different than what you were expecting. Okay? It is a place built around a community. I have great tools, and I have great content. For all of you like, I don't pay for DFS content. Bro, this ain't like this. This ain't those tout sites where like you're just some random person. It's me and the editor. We know every single person. We take care of every single person. It is a unique community. I'm just telling you, just try it. You won't regret it. Like everyone is like, damn, I should have gave this a shot a long time ago. Well, no shit, Bob. All right, from there, I also have the best tool in all of PGA DFS called the Rosetta Stone, which will give you everything you know. So, you can't spend your entire life doing this like I do. Well, let me just go ahead and give you all the information that I use to make my decisions. And of course, guys, continue to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the likes. Channel's growing nice and fast right now, largely due to you guys liking it. YouTube shares it to at least 4 people every week. Tell a friend about me. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to turn on those notifications because now I do live Showdown Hoedown and the live stream. All right, let's get to pricing thoughts. I have not looked at these. I swear to God, I couldn't even believe they were up this early. I'm going to assume Scotty Scheffler's got to be 11-8, right? It's got to be 11-8. The man is incredible. And then I don't think we see anybody else over 10,500. Here we go. Eyes going down now. 11-5 for Scotty? Holy shit, I'm playing Scotty Scheffler. And then, okay. Victor Hovland and Finau both over 10-5. That's surprising. So the Scheffler to everybody else gap, way smaller than I anticipated, which I'm just going to tell you. I think Scotty Scheffler, off the top of my head, is probably going to be over 30% owned. Did you know he's from this area? I think he's from Dallas, and this is Fort Worth, which is like right next to it, right? So, and he plays well in Texas, and he kind of looked like a badass last week. And you know what? You're going to hear this a lot this week. This is a shot maker's course, right? This isn't a TrackMan course. You're going to need to be able to shape the ball and do some things with it, right? So guys like Hovland, Morikawa, guys like that are kind of just TrackMan golfers, I don't like as much. A guy like Spieth, Scheffler, Thomas, creative players like that like, Tigala would be, I don't even think Tigala's here, but those are examples of shot maker guys, right? They're different players, right? And I really prefer shot makers at this course. It is a shot maker course. You see that a lot from a lot of Perry Maxwell, Pete Dye courses, right? You got to be able to do some shots. It's not just hit it straight and stick it to 2 feet every time. All right, 5 guys over 10K is kind of surprising, right? With such a deep field, I did not think we would see that. This field is surprisingly strong for what we were expecting, following the week of a major. And then next week we have the Memorial, right? So I was expecting a weaker field, but a very strong field here. Jordan Spieth, I think people are going to be concerned enough about his injury, but I will tell you, the psychology of $9,900 Spieth, people are like, I can't pay $10,100 for Homa, but I definitely pay $9,900 for Spieth because, they see the 4 figures and they got reptilian brains when it comes to math. But I am a little worried about his injury. I wonder how much that'll keep his ownership down. I just can't imagine anybody's going to want to play Homer or Morikawa. Neither of them seem to be in great form. This course does seem like an ideal fit for Morikawa, other than the fact that he hits a fade and other than the fact that he fucking sucks. Hovland looked unbelievable last week, just hitting it long and straight off the tee. If there is a guy that could aggressively play this one, it would be him. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't withdrawn, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did. There's got to be a little bit of a letdown losing a major by 1 stroke. And the worst thing about Victor is he actually went and won that bitch, and he still didn't win it. He played good enough to win that for sure. From there, Sam Burns, your defending champion at 9,700, coming off a missed cut. Sung Jae at 9,500. These 2 guys just shit the bed last week. I think you're going to get an ownership discount on them. If you're playing the game this week, you got to be open to playing these 2 guys, right? These are just 2. Sung Jae's just due for a fucking win. And Sam Burns, we know what he does. I told you last week he'll finish top 3 or he'll miss the cut. Well, he did the latter, didn't he? Justin Rose, Justin Rose is a guy, he kind of sputtered a little bit Sunday, which was surprising to me, but he's really playing well. Tommy Fleetwood, I like him at long, difficult tracks. I don't know if I would call this a long course at just 7,200, but 9,200, how he's been playing, pretty good price. Okay, this is unbelievable. Chris Kirk is 9,100. I will be the first to admit, Chris Kirk is the ideal guy for what I want at this course. I think what most people will tell you want at this course, it's Chris Kirk, right? I'm kind of going to probably lean Bombers if we get that rain, but Chris Kirk at 9,100 is just laughable. higher than Siwoo, higher than Ricky Fowler. I mean, come on. Wow, Ricky Fowler, 8,900? What the fuck? Ricky Fowler should be 9,500. Ricky Fowler, he missed the cut last week because he was donkey chalked. You guys put too much pressure on him. That's an incredible discount. We'll be playing Ricky, unless he's donkey chalked, because I'm not married to any of my picks. Okay, this is weird. Okay, Russell Henley at 88. Okay, that's fine. This is a good Russell Henley course. But Denny McCarthy at 87? Like, what are we doing? Why is Denny McCarthy is not good at golf? Okay, I know what, like, short hitters can play here, but, like, by the way, Denny almost won me a ticket, so maybe I should quit talking shit about him. But, like, he's not 8,700 good. He's 7,700 good, so that's a gross misprice. Cam Davis has been playing really well. Hoagie at a course like this, okay, I'm not opposed to that. And he's a Dallas boy, right? And he's got $1 million smile. Let's see. Jaeger, when Jaeger's 8,100, just pencil him in for 18%. Just do it every time, even with the Sunday collapse he had. Anybody else? Kitayama with a big finish. I gotta imagine he'll be decently popular. Who else? Bez? Oh, Ropat. Yeah, I mean, like you can see they're really pricing up the short hitters this week, right? Like Todd, McCarthy, Bez. A lot of these guys that don't exactly mash it are Chris Kirk are really getting priced up. Alex Smalley with a good finish. JJ Spawn, sneaky. Lucas Ebayer. See, all these short hitters are getting priced up. See, here's a guy that Patrick Rogers, like, everyone's like, I don't want to play Bombers this week. Man, Patrick Rogers, if he wants to be aggressive with this course, I think could actually be a guy, one of those few guys that could really, play it differently than everybody else. Okay? Plus, I think he's a really good bent grass putter. All he can do is drive and putt. That's all he can do. Anybody else out of line? Man, Mav McNeely all the way down to 7,300. How the mighty have fallen. But I will tell you, small greens. What do we say about Mav McNeely? Anytime there's small greens, you got to be open to it, right? Ryan Palmer in Texas at 7,200. Get ready. I'm ready to lose money. Either fading him because he's going to get second, or playing him and then he misses the cut because, he's Ryan Palmer. Nobody ever gets that ass clown right. Who do we got from there? Joseph Bramlett at 7,100. This seems like a good discount for a guy that's playing really well. Neesmith's a guy that's been playing sneaky well. Man, I really like this low 7K range. Like, I am totally okay hopping in bed with, like, Nick Taylor and Bramlett and Neesmith and the commissioner Will Gordon. Aaron Pumpernickel. I'm not afraid to play him. Man, there's some really good players down here. Ben Griffin's now 6,800, and he probably won't even be owned. Crazy. Don't forget about old Eckgoat. That's my boy. I think, man, it's Akshay Bhatia. This is a good field. This is a good field. When you have Akshay Bhatia at 6,700, you got a pretty good field. Anybody else really out of line down here that's surprising? Robbie Shelton, that guy can go nuclear hot. All right, I'm not seeing too many guys out of line down here, but I'm telling you, T. Dunks at 6,200, you got a deep field. Callum Tarrant at 6,200, this is a good fucking field. It's a good field, bro. Pretty excited for it. I think there's going to be a lot of options. Like always, everybody's going to spend all their time deciding what to do up top, and the real answer is this GBP is probably going to be one in the 7 and 8Ks like it is every week. So that would be my encouragement to you, is spend more time trying to make your stands down here in the 7 and 8Ks, mainly just pivoting. It's what I did last week with Connors and Keegan and Bryson, and it works out. It works. It doesn't work out all the time, but when it works out, bro. All right, that has been pricing thoughts. That has been contest selection, and that has, of course, been the course preview. If you enjoyed this show, make sure to drop a like. Always leave a comment. Turn on those notifications, and don't forget to see me Wednesday night for the live stream. And get in this motherfather contest. Get it filled for me. Share it around with some friends. It's the best contest out there. Help me grow my community. I appreciate every single one of you. I will be seeing you Wednesday night for the live stream. Enjoy this outro.